Hi guys. This week we are going to be studying birds. We are done with all of our biomes, and so we've talked about a whole bunch of other types of animals this year, so I thought we'd finish up with birds these last couple weeks. So in your animals book, you're going to be working on your animals book this week. And I know that's backwards. But you're going to be reading page 32 through 35 in your book. And it's kind of an easy week. You only have one vocabulary word and 2 questions. So this should be a pretty easy week for you. And then I have like a little activity at the bottom of your worksheet after your vocabulary word and your 2 questions. And it's about bird beaks and bird feet. I know the pictures are not the greatest, so don't go and stress about if you can't tell from the picture what kind of feet or beak the bird has. Just do your best. It's just kind of fun for y'all to start thinking about when you see different kinds of birds about their beak shape and what it might possibly be used for, or their feet shape and what those talons or feet are for. So don't stress about the worksheet at all. The most important thing is to do your vocabulary word and your 2 questions. So today I thought I would just have some fun facts pulled up here on the computer about some different kinds of birds that I thought were kind of cool. So ravens are like those blackbirds that look like crows. It says that they can't quite speak human language, but they are very talkative. In fact, they're more talkative than parrots in captivity. So if you were to catch a raven and talk to it, it would start mimicking or copying what you say. So that's kind of cool. And also it'll also make noises. It'll copy the sound of like a human engine or a toilet flushing or something like that. Okay, so that was the ravens. Another one is ostriches. It says ostriches have the largest eyes of any land animal. The largest eyes of any land animal. They are the size of a pool ball. Do y'all know what the pool balls are? They're like softball or, well, I guess kind of baseball size. That's a big eye.
They like have long necks.
Yeah, they do.
I know one fact about
Put your pool balls up next to your eyes. How big is your eyeball?
I know one fact about ostrich.
It says also, and this is funny, their eyeballs are bigger than their brains. So big eyes, little brains. All right, cardinals. We see lots of cardinals around here, and we see them all year long pretty much. So we're super lucky here because they're one of my favorite birds ever. And so it says that they sometimes cover themselves in crushed or living ants, smear them over their feathers, or allow living ants to crawl on them. They don't really know why. Okay, it might help them get rid of lice or other parasites, but it's kind of strange, and I don't think that I don't want ants crawling over me. How about you, Tai Tai?
No, I don't.
No.
I already got bit by ants yesterday.
I got
Owls devour their prey whole. Owls are one of our top predatory birds, and they will eat raccoons and rabbits, and they will tear them up into manageable sizes. But smaller animals like insects or mice, they just swallow those bad boys down one little bite. Now, this is kind of a bummer. We were gonna take some owl pellets, which is owl poop, and dissect it. But since we aren't gonna be able to go back to school, I have postponed that indefinitely.
I'm pretty sure they're glad that I don't have to do that.
But if your mamas want to dissect an owl pellet with you at home, they're like $4, and I can give them the website to order those from. So that'd be super fun because you can actually see what they ate in their poop.
I don't want to do that.
All right, ducks will sleep with one eye open. It says when they nap in groups, the ducks on the outside or the perimeter, you'll learn that in math in a couple of years, and then perimeter is like the outer border, will sleep with one eye open. So the ducks on the inside can sleep really more deeply. So they're like the watch ducks. Like, I'm watching you to make sure that no one sneaks up on them. All right, hummingbirds weigh less than a nickel. And I know a lot of us are learning about money right now. A nickel is, let's sing it. Nickel, nickel, thick and fat. You're worth 5 cents. I know that. So our hummingbird weighs less than a nickel. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, and they live their wings 100 times in a second.
Yes, they do. All right, pigeons. Now, in a lot of different areas, pigeons are a nuisance. A lot of people use pigeons. They're quite smart birds. And it says in ancient Greece, pigeons delivered the results of the Olympic Games. So I guess they didn't have computers back in ancient Greece or telephones. And it took too long for people to walk and give them a message. So they used pigeons to fly the results of the Olympic Games back and forth to each other. That is pretty cool. Also, it said that in World War II, pigeons were used a lot to carry messages back and forth between the troops. Pretty cool. Parrots can learn to say hundreds of words.
Yeah, like
It said African gray parrot at the Knoxville Zoo in Tennessee can say 200 words. And his name is Einstein. And for those of you that don't know, Einstein was like a super, 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 super smart scientist. So that's pretty ironic that the bird's name is Einstein too, because he seems pretty smart, huh, with his 200 words. Mm-hmm.
So, the other bird have.
Okay, let's hold on to questions until the end, because I don't know that they want to hear your questions. Okay, swiftlets. Okay, I've actually heard about these too, about these swiftlet nests. They build their nests from spitting, and then the spit hardens. And that's what their nests are made out of. Now in China, if you go to China and you want something that's a very Chinese dish, you can have bird's nest soup. And that is made from the actual nests of the swiftlets that they built with their spit.
ew.
And you're going to have to save up a whole bunch of allowance because it's one of the most expensive foods in the world. So it says it has very little flavor and no nutritional value at all. I don't know why you would eat it, but maybe one day you guys will have the opportunity to eat it. And you guys can get in contact with me and say, hey, Miss Sandra, this egg bird's nest soup was delicious. Oh, this is a fun one. The Bassian thrushes find food by farting. So, they eat worms, apparently. And I guess they go into piles of leaves and they aim their farts at them. And the gas makes the leaves like puff up, and they can go in there and find the worm. So if anyone want to demonstrate that for us at home, you can, and let us know how that goes when you chew into a pile of leaves. Okay, woodpeckers will hoard, which means like get a whole bunch of and just save it for themselves, like you're kind of selfish, with acorns. So they will drill holes into trees, fence posts, anything wood, and store their acorns there, and they've been known to store up to 50,000 acorns, each in its own tiny hole. So they make one hole per acorn. That's a lot of holes and a lot of acorns.
And a lot of trees.
All right, penguins says the unique black and white coloring of penguins works as camouflage. So when they stand on land, underwater, their black and white coloring helps them stay hidden from predators and prey. So as they swim, the black backs blend in with the darker ocean waters, and their white chests help them blend in the lighter, brighter surface of the water. So they're near invisible in the water. Very cool. They said they don't have very many predators on land, so they don't have to worry about being camouflaged on land. Okay. The Hoatzin chicks are born with claws on their wings. And Hoatzin, if you want to look up a picture of what a Hoatzin looks like, it's Hoatzin. They're also known as the stink birds because of their unique stench. But they will be born with claws on their wings, which they use to climb across tree branches or pull themselves out of water into dry land. And they go away after 3 months. So that's pretty cool. All right, budgies. Which they kind of look like parakeets to me. So you can look those up too. Budgies. Budgies catch each other's yawns. Oh, it does say a common parakeet. Are the only bird species who are susceptible to contagious yawning. So it says humans, dogs, chimps, lab rats, and few other creatures have been known to catch each other's yawns. Budgies are the first non-mammal species doing that. So, those are our fun bird facts for the day. Now, if you find a fun bird fact and you want to post it in Flipgrid, let's do it. You post that video of you and your fun bird fact.
Wait, Ma, I have a question. Can you go up a minute? I forgot which one.
Bye.
Oh, I have a question.